of Cyprus. Well, because of the coronavirus pandemic, obviously the Basketball Champions League recently only completed the 2019-2020 campaign. It was Hereda San Pablo Burgos winning the final 8, beating Ike. And now we're ready to start things again here anew in Group B. We also have the teams Tofas Bursa and Era Basketball Nymburk. They were supposed to play this week, but because of the COVID protocol, that game has been postponed. There are some spectators here tonight. You can see wearing masks, and without a doubt, the majority of them will be hoping that JDA Dijon, who finished 3rd at the final 8, really good performance by the French club. They'll be hoping that they go on and have another big season in the Basketball Champions League, and certainly a team that demonstrated it has grown a lot from the experience of the Basketball Champions League. Really good players, good athletes. Laurent Lagnon really embraced the role, I think, of being kind of an underdog at the final 8. So to finish 3rd there and to actually be beaten by the eventual champions, no shame in that. They gave a really great effort. But how about Keravnos coming into the Basketball Champions League for the very first time, the first team from Cyprus, in fact, to play in the Basketball Champions League. And the way they got here was through the qualifying round, beating Donor Groningen from the Netherlands in that final qualifying game. You see Simon there, Anthony King, Stilianu, Ahmad Rory. Keep an eye on him. Papa Dimitriou, Theosaridis, Razis, Rosel. Top to bottom, it's going to be interesting to see what we have from this team. We know with Dijon pretty much from the final 8 what to expect. Will they be up for this game? Of course they will. Maybe, you know, because of the 8 groups of 4 teams instead of the 4 groups of 8 teams like last year, they changed it to 4 teams because of the coronavirus pandemic, to be able to manage that better. Maybe it's going to be tougher for teams. Dijon have Johnsons, Chase Simon, Hans van Wijn, the Belgium international, Linge, Holston, Abdoulaye Loum, Chassong, Galiou, and boy, what can you say about Chassong? He's terrific, and Axel Julien was also one of the bright spots for this team, Dijon, at the final 8. And obviously last year, David Holston really played to rave reviews. He'll be looking to bounce back from a tough final 8, certainly a competition where he didn't reach the level that he's expects of himself. So the players will be introduced here to the fans that have been able to trickle in, or the spectators anyway. And again, Keravnos doing a great job beating Heracles, and then Donor Groningen in the qualifying to make it into the competition. And I'm pretty sure teams are going to enjoy it when they do take their trip to the island, to Cyprus, to play in the Basketball Champions League. But boy, would they love to get a win on the road tonight. That would really set them up nicely. And Dijon know, having played in this competition, the importance of winning on their home court. So they are going to be coming out, I would imagine, full of fire. Dijon clearly one of the better teams in France. And Keravnos fully aware of the potency of JDA Dijon. So in many respects, no pressure on this team from Cyprus. They know they come in as having come through the qualifying rounds and going up against a team that really did well in the last season of the Basketball Champions League. And just because you have to come through the qualifying rounds as well doesn't mean that you don't have the potential to go on and win the competition. And that was something that Hereda San Pablo Burgos proved in the last edition. Don't forget, they had to go through the qualifying, and then they ended up winning the final 8 and really winning it decisively against an Ike team that I think a lot of people, myself included, thought would go on and win the competition. Here's Johnson, Simon. Those 2 guys, big-time players in this JDA Dijon lineup. And you've got some youngsters also. No doubt will make their mark. There's Van Wijn, the Belgium international. Alinge, who brings some of that toughness and length. David Holston, just an incredible spark when he's on his game. Abdoulaye Loum plays a lot inside, great length, but also can sit outside. And then Chassang, who again keeps moving from strength to strength. Galliou also had some nice moments, as did that man right there, Axel Julien, the France international. He and Chassang have both played for France's national team. Laurent Legnon, he's just glad to be back playing basketball. Remember, JDA Dijon were hunting for the French title last season. They were right at the top of the standings with a couple of other teams when play was halted because of the coronavirus pandemic. So the season was not completed in France. And here are the referees for tonight's game. Marius Chiolin from Romania in the middle, Beniamino Manuel Attard from Italy, and Karsten Straube from Germany. So for Keravnos, the starting five will be Anthony King, Ahmad Rory, Christopher Razes, Brandon Roselle, and Jesse Hunt. Ahmad Rory had a terrific college career back in the day at Montana. There's Livadiotis, the coach of Keravnos. And the starting five for JDA Dijon. The big question is, will Holston be coming off the bench tonight? And the answer to that is yes. Legnon is going to start with Johnson, Simon, Abdoulaye Loum, Chassang, and Axel Julien. And there is Laurent Legnon. And those spectators hoping their presence is going to make a big difference tonight for their team. Dijon currently third in the standings, although among three teams 3-0 in the French league.
Stop the ball, get back, okay, aggressive, immediate. After, stop the ball. Okay, stop the ball. Sharon, no switch with 4. Stop the ball. They start with 3 guards. Okay, number 31 for you. Okay, change pas avec Sharon. Okay, stop the ball. 5 seconds or less to switch. But all those are no. On one, flat tire. Okay, stop that. After, push the ball, close the paint. We can close out. Okay.
Well, there's plenty of firepower in this JDA Dijon team, which we witnessed at the Final 8 that was recently played in Athens, Greece. Johnson, Simon, Holston, Chassang, Julien, obviously players that can get hot and carry the team. Hans Van Wijn as well. Of course, this is a team also that won the Leaders Cup 2020, JDA Dijon. So it is, I would suggest, a big ask for this Keravnos team coming in today. There's King, and he'll be squaring off, no doubt, against Chassang in this one. Well, in year one, it was Iberostar Tenerife that went all the way. Year two, it was Ike. Year three, Virtus Bologna. And year four, San Pablo Burgos. Hereda San Pablo Burgos. Who will it be in year five? It all starts now, the regular season of year five in the Basketball Champions League. Well, good evening, folks. If you're just joining us, it's JDA Dijon in the white taking on Keravnos from Cyprus here on game day one in the Basketball Champions League. Dijon winning the opening tip, and Chasson comes right out and drills the jump shot. Looking for an opening here. Keravnos. Hunt gets on the baseline. He goes strong, but gets blocked. I think it Abdoulaye Loum getting a hand on that. It was Julien that got the assist on the first possession. And now it's Chasson once again. Fast start for the big fella. Rosell penetrates. They kick it to the corner. Now the reach and the foul will send Keravnos to the line. So Rajas will attempt 2 free throws. Foul was called on Axel Julien. Rajas misses both free throws. However, the offensive rebound gives Keravnos another opportunity, another bite at the cherry. Penetration, drive, and scoring on the baseline. So Rosell gets his first 2 points. Chasson left open. He's going to put up a 3, this time off the back of the iron. Rajas brings it across midcourt. Now the penetration and putting it up and tying the basketball game from the free throw line. So that was Ahmad Rory going off 1 foot. And now the moving screen. A quick second foul having been called on Axel Julien.
Deuxième faute personnelle, Axel Julien.
So not a development that will be pleasing for coach Laurent Legnon. Second foul on Julien. And Keravnos have a chance to take their first lead of the game. And they do indeed. Nice penetration and dish. And it was Hunt that finished. Dump inside. Nice finish by Chasson. So both teams getting some high percentage looks here. Chalk up the assist to Chase Simon. Rajas goes baseline now. Hunt from the right. Julien comes back to the middle and puts the ball up, but a foul called. So it's Christopher Ragis whistled for the foul. David Holston now, with those early fouls picked up by Axel Julien, comes into the game. And now another foul called on Dijon. Abdoulaye. Well, nice even start here in this group B encounter between JDA Dijon in the white and Keravnos in the dark uniforms. Rajes gets baseline, passes it back to the cutter, and driving in and scoring, and Keravnos reclaimed the lead. Rosell very tough getting the basketball in that area. Second time he's scored in the lane. Bounce pass to Chassong, and he's fouled. I think the second by Rajes. So Rajes also goes to the bench now, having picked up his second foul. And Stylianou comes into the game. Nico Stylianou. Chassong off target, and the ball turned back over to Johnson. Now Holston thought about it, and his pass intended for Hans van Wan, who's checked in as well, and good defense by Keravnos. So the visitors leading by 2 points. Pump fake. And the shot is good. Mid-range shot from King. Now Holston being guarded closely. Long way from the basket. His bounce pass to Chassong, and he fumbles it out of bounds. Good hands by Rosell to force the turnover. And Laurent Legnon has to be a little bit displeased right now. Halinge comes into the game. And Chassong, after the turnover, goes and has a seat next to his coach. Rory over to King. He's just hit a shot there. Ball goes out of bounds. Not much time on the shot clock. Stylianou gets it inside to King from three-point range. Johnson not able to corral it. And another opportunity for Keravnos. And they capitalize, going up by 12-6. And Rory drilling it. Holston, baseline. Johnson over to the right corner. Hans van Wan kept it alive. But here comes Keravnos again. Right now on a nice little run. Another three-pointer, and that's going to bring a timeout. Rory. Another 3 points for him. And Laurent Legnon is fuming. We'll go down and listen to the coach.
Where are you on the top? 2 times in a row! Where is our defense against this team? 15 points! 3 offensive we won! Il nous fait un joueur européen du turnover. Here, you receive kicking or 1 kilometer. You stop that first one, and after you let until here 3 times. Wow! They play every time. Pick here with the 5, 3 on opposite. Every time. Onside is that. He let him in. 3 on. His offense is eyes. Execute. Move the ball. Move the ball. Charles, pour Jarod.
Well, here's some of the highlights, and Ahmad Rory getting his team off to a roaring start. He's got 7 points. And Laurent Legnon is fuming. And if this is the JDA Dijon team that finished 3rd in the Basketball Champions League for the 2019-2020 season, Keravnos doesn't care. They have come after them in a big way here at the start of this game. And now a turnover, and leads to another easy one for Rory. 9 points for the point guard, and it's turning into a nightmare first quarter for JDA Dijon. Galiou in the game, hands it off to Simon. Bounce pass to Alingue. Now Holston passes up the 3, takes the 2. And Keravnos rebound the miss. Already facing a double-digit deficit. And just over 3 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Another offensive rebound for Keravnos. So Stiliano gets that one. And you can say that JDA Dijon have started flat, but you don't want to take anything away from Keravnos. They've come out and played their game. Simon now checks into the game and gives Rory a seat. Rory goes out, and that's a lot of points that go with him. See if that affects Keravnos. Simon bounce pass, beautiful to Hunt. And Hunt puts it up high off the glass, and Keravnos making this look easy. Simon. His penetration turns the basketball over. Stiliano. Simon drives in, and he turns it over. They're definitely attacking the rim. To good effect, but not that time. And now the reach and the foul on Roselle. Well, the warning signs are there. You never know when in the Basketball Champions League, the unpredictability factor is often very high. It's the season opener, game day 1. Probably they know very little about this Keravnos team, but boy, they've learned a lot here in the first quarter. Galiou misses from 3-point range. Now 8 minutes into the contest, and Keravnos, the team from Cyprus, in command, looking to extend the lead. Nice little shuffle to the right. Oh, and he uses the glass. How about that? Classy shot from Stiliano. And boy, they have got the wind in their sails. Hans van Wan. And it is going from bad to worse for JDA Dijon, down 15 points. Big Andre Williamson has it. Passes to Hunt. He has the baseline sealed, turns it over. Galiou crosses midcourt. Hans van Wan turns, puts it up, and overshoots the rim, puts it off the glass. He had the move, just didn't have the finish. And another turnover, this one on Williamson. And now the breach almost forcing it, and Johnson goes in and lays it up. An easy 2 for Dijon. Nobody back that time for the Cypriot club. Simon hands it off. The pass to Hunt. Stiliano. And he was fouled by Johnson. So that'll be 2 free throws. Stiliano, natural shooter, clearly very comfortable using the glass. And Legnon has no choice but to get Axel Julien back in the game, feeling this thing slipping away here in the first quarter. His team trailing by 13. They were down by 15. And now Stiliano bends the knees, puts it up. And this is probably about the only thing this team hasn't done well tonight. Keravnos is shoot free throws. They haven't made one yet, 0 for 3. And now finally Stiliano gets one to go. So presumably JDA Dijon will try to take the clock all the way down to about 5-6 seconds before they make their move to the basket. Holston passes it back outside, and it's Johnson who misses off the back of the iron. May have taken it early. And we'll get a chance from midcourt. Oh, are you kidding me? Unbelievable. And if that doesn't say it all in this first quarter, Stiliano with the half-court buzzer beater. What a blazing start by Keravnos, a team that came through the qualifiers are stunning JDA Dijon 25-8 at the end of one.
Fouls to give for rebound. And from there we start to go in our offense to the sheet. Rebound, okay, good job defensively. When they put this ball screen over here with movement.
So look at the numbers, boy. Keravnos 9 of 13 inside the arc. And just doing everything right. Dijon having an absolute nightmare. Here's some of the best plays. And most of them will be turned in by Keravnos. Boy, they have really laid the wood to JDA Dijon, and it just goes to show that the basketball game is not played on paper. It is played on the court, and this team that really few people probably know much about in France has come here and left its calling card. Boy, they have really come out on fire. 25 points, on course for 100 if this goes up. The Dijon defense also giving up that half-court buzzer beater right at the end of the quarter. So with Dijon winning the opening tip, it is Keravnos who get possession here at the start after hitting the 3, and now they turn the ball over immediately as Alinge flies in for the two-handed jam. So that's much better from Dijon. Clearly, if it's going to happen for Dijon, it's got to happen on the defensive end first. Picking him up full court. What a start to the Basketball Champions League. Keravnos traveling all the way from Cyprus to France. And Boy, having a great first quarter and coming right down. Stiliano not slowing down at all. The three-pointer puts them right back in front now. Their biggest lead of the game, 18. Now the reach by Simon. Boy, who would have thunk it? Keravnos winning against Heracles and then beating Donor Groningen to get into the regular season. Here they are threatening the game day one upset. Johnson gets another layup. Big Andre Williamson has turned the ball over tonight. Stiliano. He dumps it, and the block by Alingé. Jacques Alingé bringing some toughness, much needed toughness to Dijon. And now the reach and the foul, and I'm not sure, I don't think Julian is going to get free throws. So Ahmad Rory back in the game, commits the foul, his first. Holston, he hits the three-pointer. 28 now to 15. See if it's a different look now for Dijon. Clearly not ready to go at the very beginning of the game. They are wide awake now. Williamson asking for the ball, but ooh, almost going up. And traveling is indeed the call. So the turnover gives it back to JDA Dijon. Choridis goes out, and Rosell comes back into the game. Aliou hands it off. Julien. Alingé back to Julien. Bounce pass. Aliou. And the long rebound to Alingé. I'm sure Legnon would like Holston to get another look. Or perhaps Julien. Here he goes, and front rims it. Out and in, and here they go again. Rory this time misses. Holston thought about it, hands it off again to Alingé. Boy, what a finish. I thought he had lost a little bit of his positioning there, but he knew exactly what he was doing. He flipped it up and in, and Alingé has been a real spark for Dijon as they come back and cut that deficit to 28-17. Timeout, Keravnos.
Stay under pressure. Make some contact to get open. Be aggressive. Be more aggressive on the contact.
When they are, first of all, this shit that you take the ball and they have this flair. Don't open. It's not a ball screen here. Don't play eyes. Play straight before with Nikos. No. Play straight defense here. You are one-on-one because after is a top pick and roll. Now, on Simon that he plays straight. We want twice. Jesse, strong side help. We said go, and he will jump them. Go. We don't want to go if it happens this situation. Okay. The rebounds. We missed 2 rebounds at the now. Control the rebounds. Next offense now. We go zipper. Zipper. Pass the ball here. Rolling the face pass.
Well, look at Alingé. His defense has been big, and so has his offense. And great play by Holston. He draws his man and obviously gets Alinge's man also to drift over for a potential double team, and that just leaves the bounce pass, which Alinge turned into 2 points. And as bad as it looked for JDA Dijon, you can see right now they could easily get back in this game with some more stops. That was an important timeout for Keravnos. Penetration and the good hands from Galliou, forcing the turnover from Hunt. Hunt had nowhere to go. So now it's back to Holston. Johnson for three. Ball went in and was falling through the hoop and then rimmed out. And this time Roselle meets some the long hands of Alinge, who has been terrific, probably has been the most important player for Coach Lanyon. They try to get back into this. Nice bounce pass to Simon. He gets it to the corner. Hunt fouled while attempting the three. Well, Alinge has been so good, and he wants to get the hand up. He wants to get the hand in the face. He wants to put him off the shot. And he just got him on the follow through. So Hunt will try to punish him. Kind of an interesting looking release for Hunt. He gets the first one to go. Well, I'm not sure you could take too much of an issue. You can't have too much of an issue with Alinge. He's out there hustling on defense. Obviously, you never want to foul the three-point shooter, but this is becoming more and more common in basketball. You see guys attempting the three and being fouled. Of course, you never want to foul the jump shooter, period. Never mind the three-point shooter. Back to a 13-point lead. Julien to Holston, a full meter behind the arc. Once you have that huge hole that you're trying to climb out of, it just, you can make runs, and then you find yourself still down by 9, 10 points, and all of a sudden a couple of baskets puts the other team back in front. It's a long way back. Great recovery there by Roselle. Picks it up and hoops. And back to 15 points, the lead. Holston strokes the three-pointer. Into the corner now, Hunt again, this time not fouled, and he misses. Foul out on the perimeter before the shot by Simon. Look at Roselle, so quick. He played, he comes from Richmond, Virginia, and he played at Virginia Commonwealth. And everybody knows that VCU have had some great teams over the years. Now Bounce past Chasson. Hands it off to Johnson. And Johnson, very aggressive move. Upset that he doesn't have a three-point play opportunity. Didn't make it. King reaches in and commits the foul. First one is good for Johnson. Of course, Brandon Rosell, going back to him, played in Sweden and was the Sweden Finals MVP, where he played for Luleå. He was the MVP of the Basket League in 2016, so he has quite a pedigree. Maybe the Swedish League not quite as highly regarded in some circles, but you're seeing that these guys that play in these leagues, they can ball. And right now, back to an 11-point deficit after the free throws. This time the shot is blocked. Now Holston and Dijon with a chance to get it back to single digits. The deficit. Hans van Wijn. And Johnson goes in for the two-handed jam. And he is in attack mode. Back to a 9-point deficit. Rosell again, and gets it to go. Boy, he is putting up a lot of shots from just about a couple of meters away from the basket. Holston to Van Wijn. JDA Dijon are attempting a lot of threes tonight. They've made a couple, but they have missed 10. They've made 2 of 12. One by Johnson. And Dijon will maintain possession. Excuse me, both have been made by Holston. David Holston. Williamson checks back into the game. Hunt goes out, catch a breather. Great to have basketball. Here's David Holston. We had the coronavirus pandemic not only canceled the season, but kept a lot of basketball from being played for several months. And now, thankfully, we have basketball again, giving people the welcome diversion. Not as many able to go to the games as we would like, but anyway, this is progress. Chasson almost turned it over. Long jump shot from Simon, and the three-pointer. Thought he might have had his foot on the line, but nope. He gets the three, 34-26. And JDA Dijon, the recovery act is now being played. They have been the better team in this second quarter. They have outscored Keravnos 18-9.
And the details, they start being more aggressive. First passes is more denied. So take care more good picks. Whatever it is, you come up with timing. Now when the pass is not easy anymore, we have to take care.
Dijon with those 5 steals. They have turned it over 6 times. But the defense is definitely helping them in this quarter.
So you are on the baseline 4, and we play with the short rock with him. The others, you are in the corner. Okay, so you can have with Chasson we can have an attacks and finish with this big, or short roll with you with nothing to make. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, get out.
That was Simon's three-pointer. Oh yeah, he was well behind the arc. Great job by Chase Simon getting his feet set. Seven points for Johnson, 3 for Simon. Chasong has 6 points. Now Williamson hands it off. Zell looks for space. Now King. Not giving any open looks. Great defense by JDA Dijon. And Keravnos a little lost offensively there. Forgetting how much time was on the shot clock. I think ultimately the guards got to look up at the clock and try to break down the defense. Simon over to Julien. Simon again at the line. Chasong crashes the boards, but it's Roselle that comes down with a rebound. Gets it out to the outlet. And now a charge on Rory. Ahmad Rory's got to be smarter than that. I don't think he was in the keyway. Speaking of Axel Julien. So now that's 2 fouls on Ahmad Rory. And Dijon, this game had disaster written all over it for them. They trailed by 18 points, but here they are now cutting it back to just an 8-point deficit. Can they get closer? Will they get closer? Van Wan can't get it to drop, but Johnson's been very active on the glass. He gets it back, gets his back own offensive rebound. Now Julien misses, and this time it's Van Wan. And sometimes that's what you need as a player, to get an offensive rebound and put back to get it going. And the size becoming a factor there as Dijon crashed the boards, cutting it to a 6-point deficit. What a humdinger we've got tonight in France, folks, in the Basketball Champions League. Roselle for 3. And now Johnson with the long rebound across midcourt. And they set the offense. Julien, the final 17 seconds of a riveting first half. Dijon trailed by 18 points. Now they've cut it back to 6. Julien drives in, puts it up, and scores. And Williamson's not even going to attempt the shot. So we saw the half-court buzzer beater at the end of the first quarter. But this time, a shot isn't even an attempt. What a comeback from JDA Dijon. Is Keravnos leading it, though, 34-30 at halftime. Well, you look at the stats, and Dijon's percentage is improving. 62% now inside the arc. They've got a few three-pointers. And, well, that look says it all. We had these guys by 18 points, and here they are. Defensively, we just haven't had the same energy that we needed. Okay, here it is again. 62% now inside the arc for JDA Dijon. They're 3 of 16 from deep. 3 of 7 for Keravnos, including that Stiliano half-court buzzer beater. 14 rebounds for Dijon, 18 for Keravnos, but 5 of those rebounds for Dijon on the glass, offensive glass. So, folks, enjoy these plays from the second quarter as Alingé got his team back in it with his defense, and he was outstanding. He really came out. And I'm pretty sure that if Dijon do win this game, that Laurent Legnon is going to say, hey, Alingé really set the tone for us in that second quarter. Stiliano, meanwhile, has proved that he is a very dangerous player when he's got the basketball in his hands. He's got 9 points. He's perfect from the floor. 3 of 3, including 2 of 2 from deep. Johnson has really come to life here in the second quarter. Jordan Johnson, 7 points. He's got 4 rebounds, a team high 4 rebounds. There he is making the pass to Holston. and that was Johnson's assist. David Holston with 6 points, and that was Alinge again bringing some offense. Great bounce pass. 4 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 steals for Alinge. He's the highest rated player, in fact, for this Dijon team. Rosell has certainly had some bright moments when he's creating, or even just when the ball is falling to him and being at the right place at the right time. He's got 8 points. Stiliano and Rory each have a team high 9 points. In fact, a game high 9 points. Unwind this time, getting it over to, again, Johnson, who went baseline and was bringing a lot of the energy. You might remember he really was on the end of a tongue lashing by Lennon, and that really has appears to have woken him up. And I'm thinking that is possibly one of the reasons why Coach Lennon was not happy with Johnson defensively there, going up to meet Rosell. There's Simon getting the three-pointer, and Dijon trail 34-30 at halftime. So sit back and enjoy it, folks. We're going to be right back. And again, look at the top scorer for, we'll look at one of the top scorers anyway, Stiliano. I can't wait to see his half-court buzzer beater. He came right out and used the glass, and he showed you with that one shot how good he is. He's excellent from the corner. That play by design. Swing it. Oh, I guess we're not going to see the half-court buzzer beater. And again, we'll get another look at Johnson, who has 7 points. Getting a lot, driving to the basket. Handoff by Alinge. Again, Alinge. Giving it to Johnson. And that was Johnson with the two-handed flush. Lennon will be, oh boy, he almost stepped out of bounds there, didn't he? The referee had his eyes on the play. So Keravnos from Cyprus, having come through the qualifying round, winning against Heracles and then against Donor Groningen, they lead it 34-30 over JDA Dijon at halftime.
Puts it up from the arc. It's good. And Giannis Antetokounmpo, I guess he's pulling for Ike.
JDA Dijon Basketball. On recevra Chamonix, troisième journée en retard du championnat de France JDA, mardi 27 octobre, que l'on voit 20h. Et prochain match, JDA Hand, vendredi 23 octobre, 20h, face au club de Fleury en Ligue Butagaz Énergie. Réservé pour ces deux matchs sur le www.jdadijon.com. On vous rappelle également qu'à l'issue du match, merci d'attendre que les équipes soient rentrées dans les vestiaires pour quitter les tribunes, sortir des tribunes dans l'ordre des blocs de 1 à 6. Et donc merci de quitter votre place quand les équipes seront dans les vestiaires. Et puis on vous rappelle une nouvelle fois les gestes barrières, port du masque obligatoire durant vos déplacements ou à votre place. Toute sortie du palais des sports est définitive. Merci de respecter les sens de circulation indiqués au sol, de respecter les gestes barrières, la distanciation physique d'1 mètre. Et n'oubliez pas de vous désinfecter régulièrement les mains avec les gels hydroalcooliques mis à votre disposition, sans oublier de veiller à respecter les emplacements de tribunes, soit une place sur deux.
What a game we have here in the Basketball Champions League tonight, folks. Keravnos from Cyprus leading 34-30 over JDA Dijon. But remember, the team from Cyprus, Keravnos, led by as many as 18 points in this one early in the second quarter. But JDA Dijon really tightened things up defensively, started getting after them and starting having some better execution. And right now, this game looks like it's going to be a humdinger. So this is a Group B game. And also in Group B, Basketball Nürnberg and Tofas Bursa, who have had their game this week postponed because of the COVID protocol. And that will be made at a later date. Also in action tonight, Iberostar Tenerife winning at home over Bakken Bears. They were trailing, but now Iberostar Tenerife, who are at the Final 8. And I think a lot of people expected them to win. Well, certainly there were some who rated their chances. They went out early. But this Keravnos team showed they can be a dangerous unit. And we'll see if they can put some more distance between themselves and JDA Dijon here in the third quarter. Let's listen to the coach.
Sum up. Jesse, Ahmad here. Andre, you give the pick. Jesse, you go, okay, this situation, and you slip the pick, okay? In the stack, we have you shot or play. Attack and one-on-one here and be ready in the other side to finish one pass. Hey, on this rotation, be ready for the shot. Okay, let's go.
Alors on compte sur vous pour que ça s'entende, que ça doit devant les caméras de Canal+ Sport.
JDA Dijon finished third at the Final 8 for the 2019-2020 season and looking to build on that. But here they are at halftime against Keravnos from Cyprus, trailing 34-30. JDA Dijon will start the second half with the basketball. Well, welcome back, folks. If you're just joining us after a halftime tea break, we're getting a frosty cold one. Here is Dijon in the white, and Alinge held on to it a little bit too long, and Stilano punishes them with the race down the floor for the uncontested layup. See a lot of penetration and dish from this Dijon team. Julien hands it off to Alinge this time, and he goes up and scores with the left hand. Very impressed by him tonight. I love the effort. Now from the right, and the basket is good. Another jump shot, this time made by Rosell. So he has continued to pour in the points just like Stilano. Holston for three. Brazil up high. Into the lane, back outside to Rory. He's fouled while shooting a three-pointer. Big time from Ahmad Rory. Certainly had some moments in that first quarter, and here he is again. Look at Rosell surrounded by white shirts. Passes it back to Ahmad Rory. And the former Montana man buries it. And for the second time tonight, Alinge guilty of fouling the three-point shooter. And this time he pays the ultimate price by giving away the four-point play. Keravnos back up by 11 points. Johnson drifts in. Oh, nice release from Johnson. Now Rosell again, this time the big Andre Williamson. Hunt. And nobody's able to get the rebound. Hunt comes in and gets the shot rejected. But that leads to a three-pointer. Keravnos back-to-back trips with threes. One of them turning into a four-point play. And Johnson fouled as he drives And he has a chance for a three-point play. The foul on Stiliano. So Rory comes out like a house on fire, scores 7 quick points. He's his team's leading scorer now with 16. But Johnson doing it all as well for Dijon. Bends the knees, puts it up, and does indeed convert the opportunity for a three-point play. Dijon, they cut it to 4 at halftime. Keravnos have gone back on top. And now Williamson holding on to it too long and turns it over. So the reach and the foul called on Rosell.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, sir.
So they want to see if it's an unsportsmanlike foul.
We look. Don't worry. It's okay, coach. Hello. We need the last situation when I call personal foul to number 32 Black. We can have an angle from the behind of the backboard, in front, from in front. No, the other angle, the other backboard. Here, yes. What do you think?
Once again.
Yes. I think he played the ball. He tried to play the ball. It was the reaction by 11, but he tried to play the ball.
Tried to play the ball.
Legal guarding position, correct?
Yes. Legal guarding position. Tried to play the ball. So it's, for me, it's
personal foul. Personal foul. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
personal foul.
Personal foul, coach. This.
So indeed, just a personal foul. Nothing unsportsmanlike about that. You could hear him say, Marius Tiolin, that Rosell was playing the ball. Holston kind of snapped his head back, perhaps trying to draw the unsportsmanlike. Here he is. Bounce pass to Chassong. So instead, Dijon come away with no points on that trip down the floor. Williamson from the baseline, and he is fouled while putting up the jumper. Boy, they have made some tough shots while being fouled.
Deuxième faute personnelle, Jaron Johnson. Et un noir pour Williamson.
So Andre Williamson bends the knees and does not convert this time. Simon. And the well is running a little dry right now for Dijon, who trailed this Keravnos team. Seems to take no prisoners. Up by 11, now make it 14 with a three-pointer by Rosell. And it's looking more and more like halftime did not come at a good time for Dijon because they've lost their momentum.
Flat tire! Flat tire! Flat tire! When you stop the ball on flat tire! After you are late on everything! Late on everything! They play with you! Indeed! Opening look every time! You don't stop the ball, you drive kick! You try that pass, you drive! Flat tire! No edge! Flat tire! Stop the ball! You switch! 4 and 3. In offense, be aggressive!
7 threes made by Keravnos. And 20 of 33 inside, or overall rather, on the floor. 13 of 21 inside the arc. And I think probably what will upset Coach Legnon is the fact that Keravnos out-rebounding his team 23 to 15 right now. So all signs pointing to an upset right now for Keravnos here on game day 1 in the Basketball Champions League in France. Abdoulaye Loum back in the game wearing the white headband. Chase Simon drives in, and good hands preventing the shot from even being close. And here's Keravnos looking to build on the 14-point advantage. Johnson commits the foul. And that's an easy call for the referee. So Johnson goes out with his 3rd foul. First player in the game, in fact, to have 3 fouls. Ahmad Rory. Stiliano launches. He gets the backboard, but nothing else. Simon has the basketball for Dijon. Loum over to Holston. Hunt stops his progress. Now Holston again outside. Galliou fouled. Stiliano picks up the personal. So Simon comes back in for Stiliano. Chasong left open, so he says, why not? But he misses. So the first and 3rd quarters have been won by Keravnos. Still plenty of time. 14 points the deficit. Facing JDA Dijon. Roselle. This is Badley. Galliou with the rebound, hands it off to Holston as he crosses midcourt. Simon buries the long 2. Keravnos again, and this time a trip to the line for Rory. So he was fouled by Alexandre Chassagne. Holston takes a seat, and Rory, who has been a real pest tonight for Keravnos, moves to a game-high 17 points. He's had a 4-point play. He's hit three threes, and he has been outstanding in his first Basketball Champions League regular season game. Chasong left open. He's going to shoot it. Gets it back to Simon. Williamson guarding him, so Julien puts it up. Good effort by Galliou. And then he falls on the opponent, on Roselle, who appears to be injured. Watch this. Brazil was trying to box Galliou out to keep him away from the ball, and he ended up having Galliou fall on him. So that was a little rough and tumble situation for him. He appears to be okay. Well, Dijon need to get that effort back, that energy that helped them in that second quarter. Need to be more disruptive, especially defensively, but also on this end. And as they attack the basket, they've had more success. Hans van Wijn steps out of bounds as he attacked, and that turns the ball back over. Just over 13 minutes remaining in this game day one, game B clash. And it's Keravnos from Cyprus winning here over JDA Dijon, the club that finished third at the final 8. That was just played in Athens. And Rosell does a great job earning another trip to the free throw line.
Première faute personnelle, Deux lancers francs pour Keravnos.
Well, remember, it's 8 4-team groups, not 4 8-team groups. So it's a smaller group. It's 3 home, 3 away games for each of these teams. And the 2 teams that finish at the top will advance. And, you know, for a team like Keravnos, if they could get a win on the road, it would be a huge result for them. And boy, what a setback it would be for JDA Dijon. They lead it by 16 points, Keravnos. Done a great job having seen their 18-point lead whittled down to just 4 points. They've come back out stronger here in the second half and gone back in front now by 16. Just wonder how many comebacks there are for JDA Dijon. Well, Axel Julien hits a badly needed 3-pointer to cut the deficit back to 13. King. Well, he's hit a couple of mid-range jump shots. Julien Hans van Wijn, he hasn't been able to drill it from deep. He gets it over to Simon. Now van Wijn posting up and fouled by Rajas. So 3 fouls on Rajas, who started the game. Boy, that was a dangerous pass by Julien, almost turning it over. Abdoulaye Loum into Van Wijn. Loum has spent so much time on the bench. Coming back in here, he's the one player that really, you would think, much like Alingé, could really make an impact in terms of sparking. They need his energy. That was Simon Michel's 3rd foul. So here's Van Wijn. First year playing outside of Belgium. Played for Antwerp. And misses both free throws. Not what the Dijon doctor ordered. Not what he called for. And they are facing a big task here. 15 points down with 11.5 minutes. Just coming up on the 11.5 minute mark of the basketball game. Rory gets in, puts it up. And I think it's far too early to be worried about the clock, but even so, at least Keravnos used all 24 seconds on that possession. When you're up 15 points, no need to be putting up early shots. And there's the drive, and Simon banking it in. Again, Dijon trailed by 18 points, cut it back to 4 by halftime, only for this Keravnos team to go back in front by 16 points here in the third quarter. What a seesaw game. Rajas. Julian reaches up the two-handed rebound. Now slows. Now attacks and had the reverse layup. It looked like it was going in, but he missed. Now Simon for 3. Loom. And Loom was fouled by King.
Deuxième faute personnelle, Anthony King. De lancer, Abdoulou.
And it's been that kind of game tonight for Loom, and for JDA Dijon, misses the free throws, and Lenyon knows it. While the clock is not the enemy yet, it soon will be. Loom does make the second. Well, they can't take it all the way down, the shot clock, but Simon will want to take most of the time off the clock. And nobody picks him up as he drives in and scores easily with the left-handed layup. So he took what the defense gave him. Julian drives in and gets it right back. Good finish for Dijon, but they have got their work cut out for them. Trailing 59-47 to Cypriot club Keravnos here on game day 1 in Dijon.
Charles et Hans. Charles, tu joues 4. Hans, tu joues 5. OK, you play small ball. Charles, you stay on flat. OK, tu changes avec Chase.
See the numbers. Very good. 7 of 13 from deep for Keravnos, just 4 of 21
Flat ailleurs avec David, Axel.
for Dijon.
I want zone press. Axel, Dave, Chase, Charles, and Hans for double team.
Well, Keravnos leading here at the start of the fourth quarter by 12. And an early foul called on David Holston.
Sortie du numéro 6 King. Et retour en jeu du numéro 50, Williamson. Possession bien jouée de Keravnos.
Good hands by Simon, almost forcing the turnover. Now Rory gets it to Williamson, the former Mountaineer of Appalachian State. Whips it over to the other side, and Roselle hits the long jump shot. Boy, between Roselle and Rory, this Keravnos team really has some guards that do a lot of damage. These two guys pouring in the points right now. And foul called on Simon. He's more than happy to give that one away at the mismatch. So 18 points for Ahmad Rory, 19 points for Brandon Roselle. They've got 37 of the 62 points scored by their team tonight. And this man here, Stilianu, has 11 of them as well. And that has been the three-headed monster for this Keravnos team. Julien back to Galliou, sets the pick over to Holston. Holston drifts in, little jump shot right in the lane, jump hook. And traveling is the call on Hunt. Watch him catch it. Yep, excellent call. He shuffled his feet after he called it. Julien drives in, back outside to Holston. And Holston again takes it all the way. This time off target. 8.5 minutes remaining. Can Keravnos go on and seal the deal? Williamson. Roselle goes up and called for the travel. Good hands by Holston. Holston looks like he wants to get it going to the basket. Van Wijn just cannot get it to drop tonight. Van Wijn from deep. Attempted three and missed all three. He's got 2 points, Hans van Wijn. Now the turnover right into the hands of Galliou. And Hunt steps in front of him to stop the fast break. Oh, if they look at that. No, they're not going to look at it. Did not look like he was playing the ball, that's for sure. (62-49). Holston from deep. It's good. Now back to a 10-point game. And instead of letting Dijon get the bit between the teeth, Coach Lividiotis is going to call timeout. And you really see how Holston is trying to carry the team offensively right now.
Good job, guys. Excellent, excellent. Defensively, okay, the next defense, until they score once, concentrate, we go zone. So until they score. Until they score, okay? Unless it's a rebound, we are coming back. We are black defense, black, okay? So, I remind you, 2, 3, hey. They don't have inside game. Everybody's out. So everybody except this guy run out on the shot. Everybody will go on the rebound. Hey, the next offense. Press break for guy here. Okay, pass the ball and in. It's not the stuff. Hey, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Well, do the hopes rest with David Holston in this here in the fourth quarter? It's usually the quarter when he tends to really assert himself, especially when his team is trailing, and that's what we've seen so far. Here he is coming up with a steal, but then he loses it. Couldn't quite control it. I don't know if they're going to call that a steal or not. Brazil steps back, and that was early in the shot clock and deep. And now Stilianu. Oh, they're going to count the basket. Well, big mistake there by Stilianu and Keravnos, as Holston already in the move is the decision by the referee. So potential three-point play by Holston, who now has 13 points. And Dijon now trailing by just 8. And make it 7. 14 points for Holston. Full court pressure. Oh, nice. Nicely broken. Williamson gets the baseline, goes up, oh, and scores with a reverse layup. And excellent read by Williamson on the other end. He makes a great play offensively. Then he goes down and comes up with a steal. But an offensive foul has been called on Stilianu. Seeing getting a little testy here with these two teams. In fact, the offensive foul called on Brandon Rogel, not on Stilianu, I think, for throwing his forearm. Holston, bounce past Julien. He hits a three. The Dijon shooters starting finally to wake up as they cut it back to a 6-point deficit, and now the defense forces the turnover. Just under 6.5 minutes remaining. And we're almost back to where we were at halftime when Dijon trailed by 4 points. They fell behind by 18 in the first half, but then cut it back to 4 at the break. Keravnos then raced back into a 16-point lead in the third quarter, and here's Dijon now knocking on the door again. Oh, the bounce pass too far in front perhaps from Holston. And excellent work by Rory going down and getting the rebound. He's got such great strength, Rory, upper body. And gets the foul called on Holston, who'll be upset with himself. You can see him right there, turning the basketball over on that last trip down the floor. He has had a few turnovers tonight, David Holston. Well, he's got 2 turnovers. Williamson from the left, this time no good. Doesn't get a foul either. And Julien doesn't waste any time as he races down the floor and banks it in, lays it up. And again, the defense coming up. Simon beats it though, gets it to Williamson. He almost lost it, was able to get it back. Opportunity missed there by Williamson. He could have laid that up and in if he'd caught it cleanly. Brazil gets into the lane. And I don't think they're going to be shooting free throws because he passed it back out. It'll be 3 fouls on Dijon. Look at Julien. You knew he was going one place with this. He is explosive, though, once he gets into the lane. It's a tough player to stop. If you're Keravnos, you just have to hope that he misses. Got good hops and upper body strength. Julien. Stilianu finds some space. Too hard. Galliou, the long rebound over to Holston. And then he is fouled, and that'll be free throws. Fouled by Rory. Instead of reaching in, got to play some defense. Well, you got to really salute Keravnos for the way they have come out tonight and really taken it to this JDA Dijon team. But you also have to really applaud Dijon for not giving in, for continuing to fight and believe. Nobody said any game was ever going to be easy, and they have been reminded of that tonight. Certainly in the Basketball Champions League, you better bring it every single night. And now they have gotten as close as they've been in a long time. And good hustle by Holston, but then he steps out of bounds. Hunt just fell asleep. And he's lucky that Holston wasn't able to control it. Now, right now, it looks like Dijon have got all the momentum. Can this Keravnos team hold on? Another timeout called. 5:07 remaining. What a contest. Well, the people doing all the damage right now for Dijon is this man right here, Julien, and David Holston. It's really been a game where the guards have had the biggest say. Also, the guard play of Keravnos has been really solid. Rory and Rogel's combining for 37 points. Here's Simon from the right coming out of the timeout, and then Rory with the offensive rebound. Then he misses the putback, and then he's tied up. He had the ball stolen by Holston. Holston races up the floor now, sizes up his options. He's going to split. He's going to go behind his back. Oh, he goes back in. Goodness gracious me! What a play by David Holston. Williamson gets in and a foul called. I'll tell you what, Simon even came in from behind, almost fouled him, but boy, Dijon trailing by as many as 18 in the first half, 16 in the second. Holston knew exactly what he was going to do. Great second half for David Holston. He now has 18 points. Williamson, long jump shot, and Galliou with the rebound, and now Dijon, having faced that uphill fight, that uphill struggle all game long, now have a chance to take the lead. Holston for three. Good! David Holston He's got 21 points. How many times have we seen him come to the fore in the big games for Dijon? He's done it again tonight. He's put his team on his back here in the fourth quarter and really brought them back and led them in front. Now the three-pointer. And have they called a foul? Yes, they have. Chassong whistled for the foul. Legnon incensed. But the referee calls what he sees, and he saw a foul. So Rory will again go to the line with a chance to tie it. Well, definitely the reach was in there. Chassong picks up the third foul, picks up his third foul. The third time tonight that Keravnos have been fouled while shooting a three-pointer, and the second time that this man has been fouled while attempting the three. He made it, not only the three-pointer but the free throw earlier. Here he is sinking the first two of three free throws. But this guy has got big game written all over him, Rory. That looks like he might have tweaked his ankle. He's going to go out of the game just for a second, I would imagine. Interesting. He's got 3 fouls. He goes out of the game. The game tied at 67. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, Holston comes down, misses, flying in for the rebound. Abdoulaye Loom gets it back to Simon, and his attempt rims out from deep. And Keravnos again, now with a chance to go back in front. The bounce pass eludes Williamson, who kind of slipped as he went for the basketball. Simon's a clever player. Not able to get it done that time. Holston, 3 minutes remaining. Julien for 3! He was in the next county hitting that one. That was a long three-pointer. 15 points. Has Julien woken up or what? Both he and Holston leading Dijon. .243 remaining. What a joy to be calling this one, folks. 2:43 remaining. Game day 1. JDA Dijon trying to avoid the upset. And now Simon drives in, tries to pass it back outside. It goes out of bounds. Hunt was not in the place where he expected him to be. Now Holston, can they extend the lead? Dijon. I'll tell you, most of that offense again. Oh, it's Julien again from way downtown. No hesitation. Well, that's his game. I suppose Laurent Legnon will live with it. He made it the time before. Brazil with 19 points. Guarded closely by Holston. Now Simon gets in the lane. Dishes to Williamson. Great play by Simon. Williamson has 6 points now to go with his 9 rebounds. Holston looked like he lost control there. Fortunately for Dijon, they got it back. Here's the man again. Julien driving, taking it back to a 3-point lead, coming up on the minute-and-a-half mark. The France international doing it all right now. Simon. Williamson thought about the 3. Roselle. Oh, boy, has he got some ice running in his veins. No hesitation at all. 72 apiece. This Dijon team simply cannot put this Keravnos outfit away. Holston drifts in, takes it back out, puts up a long two. Great effort by Abdoulaye Loum, but not able to corral it. Both teams going after it, and it's going to be Dijon basketball. Great second effort. Excuse me, it's not Abdoulaye Loum, it's Jacques-Lingue. I thought Loum had taken off the headband. Well, Linge has just got a great stat line tonight. 4 blocks and 2 steals, 3 rebounds to go with his 6 points. That is what you call effort. Timeout.
Jacques et Charles. Well screen. When he pass here. Okay. If he's cut, first option. If you have layup, you play. Second option, Jacques available. After that, you place here. Listen after. Donc Dave, receive, and after Axe, you are here. You have a time, 14. Jacques, Charles, Chase. Axel, you call all. Axel, Chase, Jacques here. You aggressive, and you can finish here. It's okay? You call like that, you play like that, and after it's off. Go. After, flat, talk, no 3 points. Okay, let's go.
Julien trying to get some the people that were allowed in tonight, spectators, to get up on their feet and to make some noise. He and Holston have led the way here in the second half, in the fourth quarter particularly. They've got a combined now 38 points. And Holston has it. Shot clock down to 8. Julien. Oh, falls down and turns it over. And now Keravnos have the basketball. Not how they drew it up on the sidelines. And this man is dangerous. Brazil. Simon on him. Now the switch. Nope. Yep. The double team. Oh, and Simon reached in, knocked it away. No, Brazil got it back. Simon's going to have to put it up. And they do not get it up in time. Simon needed to shoot it. Instead, he passed to Andre Williamson. The referee's talking about something, but I'm not exactly sure. 19.3 seconds to go. I don't know if they're saying that he got the shot off before the shot clock expired, and that should have been a live rebound.
Okay, we want to check the time when it was a rebound in the other side. To check the time, to put the right time, because
okay, I've got you.
We can see the 24 and the time, please, in the last action. Thank you.
When was the shot?
The 24. Okay. Thank you, thank you. 20.3. 1 second missing. 20.3. 20.3.
Okay, so in the grand scheme of things, probably not that crucial, but nevertheless, they want to make sure they've got the right amount of time on the clock. They just want to see when the shot clock would have, what the game clock should be reading after the expiration of the shot clock. And Marius Chiulin, absolutely right. You got to go check that, because every second is precious, although in this situation, with Dijon having the basketball, you wouldn't think it would be so important. But hey, the whiff of overtime, is it possible, folks? Yes, it is. It's 72 all. Unless Dijon can get a late winner here, perhaps. Holston Steps back for three and misses, and that is exactly what we've got. Overtime, instead of driving to the basket, Dijon go for a potential game-winning shot, which is off target. And it's Dijon. Keravnos knotted at 72 at the end of regulation.
Every time he goes opposite of the screen. And after flat,
well, Dijon now with 8 threes, Keravnos with 9, but far more efficient. As you can see, 9 of 17 from deep, Keravnos.
No drop poster.
I don't know, look back at that play. I mean, obviously Holston can hit some threes. Both he and Julien have hit their share tonight. They've hit a combined 7 3-pointers, but you also like perhaps trying to go to the basket. Good things can happen. Maybe
you give the pin
maybe you get a foul.
Here,
who knows?
He's coming, and first priority is here. After the post up. On all fives. On all fives, I mean. Okay, on all fives. No, stay. After fives. 5 chest, 5 down, whatever. You give good pick here. The ball is here, and we go and we play. If we don't have the ball up and we play chest, double, side, whatever we have. At first, we want the touches, okay, and be ready. Okay, Adi, let's go. Let's go, guys, let's go.
Well, you just really have to applaud both of these teams. I mean, Keravnos, first of all, having traveled from Cyprus the first time they played in the Basketball Champions League, the first time a team from Cyprus has played. And they have taken the team that finished 3rd last season to overtime. Meanwhile, Dijon, they could have given up. I mean, but they're never going to give up, are they? They trailed by 18 points in the first half, 16 in the second half. But they have battled back, and now we have a tie game in overtime. Julien for 3. Alenge battling for the ball. Williamson had good position there, and the ball goes out of bounds. Basketball Champions League, just such a tremendous competition. So many countries involved this season. Good to see the country of Cyprus making some headlines tonight. Will it be for a win or will it be for a loss? Julien reaches in and commits the foul. So Andre Williamson has played very well, and I will not be surprised if he finishes with a double-double tonight in points and rebounds. He's now got 7 points and 9 rebounds. So Dijon have attempted their share of threes here late. Now Alenge goes in and he passes off. Van Wan not able to convert. And you wonder if Alenge should have taken that all the way. Yeah, I think so. I think that's his chance to lay it up and in. Simon gets swatted, I think, by Julien. Holston somehow falls down and is able to get the basketball back. Gets it over to Alenge. 3:40. So Julien passed up the 3 that time. Holston. He's shaking, he's baking, he's not making, but he gets the ball back. Simon for 3. Got it! Chase Simon. So that three-pointer now puts Dijon back in front by 2. Mike Keravnos tried to answer with a 3. Well, Rosell has hit his share tonight, as has Rory. Rory's in the left corner. But Williamson has been going to work lately on the baseline. That's his spot on the floor. He made one earlier tonight and was fouled. This time he misses. Julien once again is fouled, and they're going to count it. A potential three-point play for the France international. And Simon and Rosell try to get on the same page defensively. But you got to love the grit of Julien. Hunt, meanwhile, picks up that foul. Axel Julien with 19 points. Holston with 21. And these two guys have been absolutely phenomenal in the second half. Okay, they've had some missed attempts. Julien is 3 of 8 from three-point range, but you gotta love his approach to the game. He converts the three-point play, and I believe this is the biggest lead. Yes, it is. It's the biggest lead of the night for Dijon, but they are not out of the woods yet. Rory, dangerous. He's been quiet the last few minutes. Stiliano puts it up at the line. And now Julien. Will Dijon attack, or might they take some time off the clock? Julien doing a lot of dribbling there. Gets it over to Simon. Oh, they find Alingue for the two-handed jam. And he hangs on the rim as Dijon go up by 7 points. Well, there you go. These Dijon fans that have been allowed into the arena tonight have to be breathing a sigh of relief. It's not over, but boy, what a game.
Brandon, Nikos, shirt, Nico, come up, screener, for shot, okay? If nothing, we play step up pick and roll. Hey, it's still game, okay? And let's go.
Both teams now with 9 3-pointers. Obviously, Keravnos have shot it much better, but not as much recently. Great pass by Chase Simon. Terrific. Keravnos just left Alingue wide open. And let's don't forget what Alingue did tonight, especially in the effort department on defense. 4 blocks and 2 steals to go with his 8 points. Rosell gets in, kind of was falling back and turns it over. They're not in a rush, but Julien doesn't care. He is. He is going to play the game at his pace and stretch that advantage to 10 points. Rory now to King. And the Cypriot International drills it to cut it back to 8 points. Keravnos now, the clock is the enemy for them. They have got to get stops and points. Stiliano comes up on Holston. And again, I don't know where Simon's going. I mean, they don't have to attack that quickly. They turn it over. Rosell pulls up and gets blocked by Alingue. His 5th block of the night. Alingue having a block party. Well, you can only applaud. You can only applaud Holston and also Julien for their approach in this 4th quarter. But I tell you what, for me, the player that really gave this team a chance tonight was Alingue, the way he came out on a couple of different occasions. And those 5 blocks really speak a lot about his effort tonight. He has been utterly sensational. Okay, he's twice fouled the 3-point shooter for the other team, which isn't what you want if you're the Dijon coach, but it speaks about his effort. He was going for everything. Nevertheless, those 2 free throws have given Keravnos a chance. They're down by 6 points. They need a stop. Julien again. Oh, he's not going to be stopped, is he? He is not going to be stopped. He's incredible. He has got smoke emanating from that frame. He is on fire. And look at Alinge come up with another steal, improving that wonderful stat line defensively. 5 blocks and 3 steals for Alinge. Holston steps back for a 3. Who cares? They do not care if they can take some time off the clock. They are going to keep playing up by 12 points. King from the baseline, and he was fouled by Alinge. He just can't help it. He's going for the block. Well, Keravnos really were terrific tonight, folks. You got to tip your hat to them, and maybe if they made a couple more plays, they would be leaving France with a win tonight. And that's what they'll be thinking about. They'll go back perhaps and look at the tape and just realize, had we just made this one simple play or that done this, had we not turned it over here, we could have won the basketball game. They are one dangerous team, and who knows, maybe they'll grow from this tonight. But Dijon look like they have dodged a bullet from Cyprus. Unwind, hands it off. Oh, and this time Alinge, well, he'll take it. He missed the shot, but he gets his own rebound and puts it back up and in. He's got 10 points, 6 rebounds, 5 blocks, and 3 assists. 3-point shot off target for Rory, and that is how it's going to finish, folks. 91-79. Dijon, boy, did they have to dig deep tonight. Twice battling back from huge deficits. And Laurent Legnon will know that they have got to play better from start to finish if they're going to be real serious customers, but they'll take the win. Dijon 91-79 over a battling Keravnos from Cyprus. Boy, Julien has got the mindset that you need, don't you? He is absolutely confident and ready to go, as is Holston. With those two guys, anything is possible. Keravnos, what might have been tonight, they really had an opportunity to come and get a big road win. They are not going to sleep well knowing they let that one slip, but again, a lot of it is down to this team. They just did not give up. They forced the tempo. Julien and Holston and Alinge, the outstanding players tonight. Johnson for a long time as well, really did well. And now they'll have their Dijon celebration, end of game celebration. There are the numbers. Dijon ended up with 12 threes, 3 more than Keravnos, who were 9 of 18. The rebounding, in fact, in the end was won by Dijon. Keravnos had 13 assists to 10 for Dijon, and Dijon had 8 blocks to just 1 for Keravnos. 5 of those blocks going for Alinge. Julien, look at that, combining with Holston. 50 points. How good is that? That is terrific. Johnson also had 12 points. And tough luck tonight for Rory, who had 23 points, and Roselle with 22. They had big scoring nights. And Williamson did well. came up short of the double-double that we thought he might get. 7 points and 9 rebounds. Here's some of the second half big plays, the best plays. And again, it's worth remembering that Keravnos, who had to win in qualifying just to make it to the regular season, they beat Herakles from Greece, and they beat Donor Groningen in a thriller. Both of those games, in fact, in thrilling fashion. They came and they led by 18 points in the first half. And then after Dijon cut that deficit back to 4 points by halftime, Keravnos went back in front again by 16 points in the second half. But Dijon just refused to give in. They stuck with it, and especially in that fourth quarter, it was the David Holston and Axel Julien show. Those two guys combining for 50 of the team's 91 points tonight. So Dijon avoid a costly home defeat on the opening night of the season, the regular season. Also, Berestar Tenerife winning big tonight at home over Bakken Bears from Denmark. And we'll also have some action tomorrow night. Nizhny Novgorod at home to Falco Sombote. And one of the big games, Zergoth also going on the road. They'll be in Poland, and Galatasaray playing at Dinamo Sassari. So lots of action coming your way tomorrow night as well. And again, as you digest these highlights, really, you know, in the Basketball Champions League, every opponent has to be treated with respect. And you have to say that with Dijon tonight, they came out a little flat against this Keravnos team, who just seemed to get more and more self-belief. But once Dijon made up their mind they were going to play hard, especially on defense, they gave themselves a chance. That man there, Alinge, was terrific in that department, really came out and gave the effort. And then Holston, especially with Julien offensively, really carried the team down the stretch in that fourth quarter and leading him to the overtime triumph. So 91-79, JDA Dijon win it over Keravnos here on game day 1 in Group B in the Basketball Champions League.